Hi, and welcome back to another video. This video, I'm just gonna be info dumping about Doki Doki Literature Club because it's totally not one of my hyperfixations, past in hyperfixations, and then now I'm getting back into it. So basically, this is the only thing I'm gonna say about the drawing. I took the pose reference from the original drawing of Sayori, and then from the Doki Doki Plus, I took the hair and other stuff, I think. So yeah. I will say I'm having a lot of fun with this video, with the drawing and the editing and just everything, and just, oh, I love this. I love this so much. If somehow you have not seen Doki Doki, Doki Doki Literature Club is a game where it's disguised as this sweet, innocent dating simulator game, except on the Steam page, if you miss it, Monica warns you about how this game is actually a horror game and it's very disturbing, with suicide and other gruesome stuff. Hee. So basically, spoilers, Monica's the one controlling the entire game, and she's just trying to get you to fall in love with her, but the game won't let that, so she spirals and she deletes everyone, but then she gets deleted, and Sayori becomes the mastermind of the game, and she deletes Monica. Wait, no, Monica deletes her afterwards. And then Monica's like, well, I guess this game was never supposed to have a happy ending, unless you get the secret ending where you do all the endings with all the routes and stuff. And then it's like, you know what? Thank you for playing this game from Dan, the creator of the game. So yeah, whoever's the club president is the one who has total awareness of everything happening, and it's just really cool. Don't let the Steam preview pictures of Doki Doki Plus fool you. You cannot help them. It's just you get extra content where they show you before you get joined into the club. Honestly, I'd say that the Doki Doki Plus is worth it anyway, because honestly, it's just the extra content is so cute and I love it so much. The base game is free, so you may as well pay for like the little extras that they add. It's I love the story in the DLC. Funny how DDLC got DLC. Okay, but low key, the extra content in Plus kind of made me start shipping all four of them together. Like back in 2015, everyone was shipping Natsuki and Yuri, but like with the extra content, it's just so cute and it makes them all just like look so cute together. So low key, high key, ship them. Okay, before you come at me, I get it. The protagonist is male, so technically they could all be straight, but if you've seen the DLC, you will understand. How am I not supposed to ship them? New idea? They all just become a poly relationship with the MC. That way everyone is happy. Anyway, I get it. This is uncontroversial. I'm sharing my opinions. This is my video. I can do what I want. So if you wanna hate me, then do it silently. Yeah. Let me hyperfixate and ship fictional characters together because they're fictional. It's not hurting anyone. At least I'm not doing sib to player. I don't know why that's always the first one that comes to mind, but it is. Anyway, now that I've got nostalgia running through your veins, I will say Yuri, Yuri, it just if she's not supposed to be gay, then why is she called Yuri? Is a disclaimer just that was a joke. Anyway, as I was replaying the game as well as the plus, I have a bunch of. I was messaging in a Discord server on a visual novels channel, and I was spamming every little thing that I was like noticing or enjoying about it, or even like whenever I got scared or creeped out or awkward. Anyway, basically, I'm gonna talk about some of those. But before we get into that, how about you consider liking and subscribing? Don't leave me hanging now. First and foremost, all the jump scares practically got me. I'm a very jumpy person, even though I've seen the game before. All the jump scares got me anyway. Anyway, that aside, I love how in the files they change depending on like what part you're at and like how when you don't give Sayori that high five, you left her hanging. Anyway, yeah, when that happens, you get like a little picture from it. If you haven't seen it, it's basically a scribbled version of that scene with her, you know? And it'll be called Happy Thoughts, except the A is an X, and I don't know if any other letters are turned into X's, but yeah, it's just such cool details in the game. Also, you can't forget about when she appears in the background in the second arc. If you know, you know. Oh, and also collecting all the secret potions. What? Poems? Yeah, collecting all the secret poems. That's also really, really fun. Just 100%ing the game. That was annoying but also very fun to do. Oh, but there's this one detail where if you're outside of the classroom, the music will be quieter. And I don't know if that's all the time or if it's a certain scenes it does that, but like it's really cool when it does do that. Anyway, I just realized I haven't said who I'm drawing. This is Sayori. She's the happy-go-lucky character where she's the first character you meet in the game, and she's your childhood best friend. But you notice that as her poems get you get more into her poems, you realize she is not just happy-go-lucky, she likes the sad stuff too. And then you get to her last poem, and then you realize, oh, maybe I should have walked home to school with her. Damn. More about her. She's clumsy. She's naive, so to say. Except, turns out, she's not really that naive. It's just some big act pretending that she's fine, but in reality, she's actually depressed. And honestly, I relate to her a lot in this aspect. Basically I act a lot like her. Okay, so since we're drawing Sayori, how about I share some headcanons of Sayori? When it comes to headcanons, I tend to use what I have of the character in the content and basically theorize, but I don't want to call it a theory because yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't wanna. Basically, what I've analyzed from her character is the fact that she doesn't understand what she's feeling most of the time. And it could be the fact that, depression comes with like this weird numb feeling, and you can't really describe that whenever people ask like how you're feeling or stuff like that. But I also see that as she just genuinely doesn't know how she's feeling. She doesn't understand emotions. And you know what? You know what that is seen in? Autism. So I'm not saying that it's just autism that does that. It could also be like other neurodiversities and stuff like that. Also, just doesn't have to be neurodiversity. It could just be, depression. That's it. It could just be that. She is canonically diagnosed with depression, and she has been for years. But hear me out. ADHD, not ADHD, ADHD, autism and ADHD. That would explain her hyperactivity. It could be an act, but what I do is I force my hyperactivity out to hide my depression, and I had canon that she does the same thing. More symptoms of ADHD in her, which also could just be depression again, but she's very forgetful, she's very clumsy, she's not very aware of her surroundings, which could also be autism. She cannot stay still. She is very impulsive, like biting Natsuki's cookie whenever Natsuki gives her the plain cookie. And also the fact that she cannot wait her turn. Whenever they were coming up for the poem, she was immediately like, "Oh, I want to read my poem." Anyway, yeah, that's why I've started thinking, hmm, ADHD. And no, it's not just because that's how I am, although it is part of it, but it genuinely could be an option. I'll be honest, I think Sayori is one of my favorite characters. I think it's split between Natsuki and Sayori, but then sometimes I'm like, oh my god, but Yuri and Monica, so I can't really pick a favorite, but the reason why I like Sayori so much is because, like, I relate to her so much, like mentally, but also kind of personality wise, because I'm also clumsy. I act happy a lot and energetic, and I like to steal food. But then I also have those moments where I'm just like, bleh. And I'm slowly fading. I can feel myself slowly fading into one of those. Not like, not in like a bad way, it's just I'm getting very exhausted. Another thing that I relate to, the plushie collection. She has plushies. I have plushies. It's we're the same person except she's not a trans man. Anyway, I got into Doki Doki whenever it like first became a big thing back in 2015, and then um a few months ago I got back into it because the the plus was free on something. I don't remember what it was, but it was free. So I got it and I played through it in like 3 days at most, maybe 2 days. So yeah, I hyperfixate on it a lot, although it's not very good for my mental health, but I don't care. It's such a good game. Another thing about Doki Doki, it got me into cosplay, I think. I think that's what made me start watching cosplays. And one of the cosplayers I watched, it was a group of cosplayers who did the Doki Doki Literature Club, all four of them, I think. And it was Square One Cosplay, who still do content to this day. I don't know if it's all four of them anymore, but yeah. The first video I watched of them was them doing painting together. Anyway, the video is almost over now, so here's the not yet. Here's the finished product. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share. Hello?